Hey, welcome to the Really Charlie podcast. Today, I'm just chilling out during my break time. Figured I sit back and chill out with everyone, represent my team, my quarterback. As T.O. says, that's my quarterback. Well, hey, go Patriots, go Patriots. Last night was pretty crazy with them Celtics and not doing anything possibly right, other than Tatum doing his thing. And also I'm just basically here to rant, do some random things here on the Really Charlie podcast. This afternoon or this morning almost. Let's see, 11:29. It's still morning. Um, so last night I sat there, got my Tatum jersey on, just sitting back and watching the game, getting a little frustrated. Nobody making shots, and you're just wondering, what's going on, man. This is supposed to be NBA players doing their thing. It's all they do. It's their job to shoot and play the game of basketball. And man, I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy, but you know, I just wish there was some other people on that team, and it's kind of deja vu of last year. I was saying, "Where's the bench? Where's the bench?" But now it's getting to the point where you can only count on three, maybe four people on that team to do something throughout the day, throughout the game, the week, and it's getting a little tiresome. It's almost at the point where I don't want to put the game on. I want to watch something else. Hey, Mike, what's going on, man? Nice to see you, hear you. Um, and thanks for the support as always. I hope, things you're doing, which is your book, is going well. Um, and today, Mike, I'm just talking about NBA, shooting and the Celtics. It seems like everybody they play, has someone that they can swing, where you can swing the ball to the other side of the court and someone's ready, shot ready, and ready to fire up a good shot and knock it down. And the Celtics just don't have that. They just don't have it. You're trying to swing it around, and I heard the conversations today, with different sports, radio and different podcasts, and people talking. Well, put Pritchard in there, put Neesmith in there. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I really wouldn't mind that. However, those guys are coming in at certain parts of the game, and they're getting real good looks. They're catching the ball, they're shot ready, they're not dribbling to shoot, taking shots off the dribble. They're shot ready, boom, and they're missing short, they're missing wide. It's just crazy. So what's going on? How you doing? I'm doing all right. Anytime I'm on the podcast, it's good for me. And recently, past 2 months, been doing the WMB1 radio with Russell Ramus, thanks to B Mag and WNB1 Radio, allowing us to go on Tuesdays, 6 to 8, and play some old school R&B, man. And I love it. Just get in that studio, and Brian keeps the mood, the setting nice, and we just chill out and have some conversation and play some music. And every night I'm living and learning, and Brian's teaching me a few things. So along with Russell Ramus is they both come from UMass Dartmouth, and the radio station there is WSMU, and it was good times. You listen to good music, and so I'm glad that they both with me, and Brian gave me the opportunity to play some music. So feel free to join us on WMB1 Radio, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesdays. The website is www.nb1radio, 1 radio.com. And please, come in. You can actually call in, give us a request. What's up, everyone? All right. Nice to hear these comments. It's rare that I'm on during the day, but I'm just in the mood for you guys. I'm in the mood to talk to y'all and play some old school music, on Tuesdays. But there it is, the Good Time Show. Love it, love it. People know they definitely left a mark on this community, and Brian's still doing his thing. R&B entertainment, man. It's just nice, 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 nice. Let's see. Mike says, aside from the technical components of shooting, it may just be a talent discrepancy. I agree. I agree. Um, the I posted on my Facebook page about different people. Isaiah Thomas. There was a thing about Kyle Corfer saying he's too old and don't play defense. Guess what? You know what? They'll learn. They're veterans. They're old veterans. You they may not be able to be as quick as they used to be, but however they can shoot. And the reason why it's the defensive end is definitely, the Celtics are holding teams down to low amount of points, but that offensive, we just need that. We need that. Tatum needs to get the ball on the wing and see that he can swing the ball to the other side. So you swing it, boom, boom, two passes, someone's open, boom, 3-pointer, or down in the corner, or when have you seen this season? Remember how Avery Bradley used to leave that corner and cut down along the baseline, easy layup. I mean, he constantly did it over and over again. And we're not going to get the teams that we had way back, a few years back. It's just a different. I think the Celtics are just falling in love with their players. There's a genuine love for them, and they just don't want to just kind of move on, move forward. And I did the Locked On Celtics podcast. I listen to every day with John Corrales, and on my way to work, and just listen to everything that he talks about. And he's a pro Marcus Smart, fan, and he's always pushing them and some of the things they do. And when Marcus is not on the court, their percentages go down low, low, low. And it's the Celtics play much better with him on the court. So I don't know. I don't want to see him go. I mean, is I like that grit, I really do. But the shooting is something that I can't live with. When he's driving to the hoop like he was doing yesterday, and in the Cleveland games, both Cleveland games, he was driving to the hoop. Those are nice. I like that. I like that from Marcus Smart. But those jumpers are just something that I can't live with. What's up, KP? Bang bang, my brother. How you doing, man? How was Florida? So, but we can keep talking Celtics and whatever, football, whatever you want, sports in general, um, whatever you want. I think, I'm glad it was good, Kevin. Good. Enjoy yourself, man. That's good. Nice weather, of course. Florida is always good. Good for the weather, definitely. But driving to work. I mean, well, I was in work and I'm driving along and I'm listening to the podcast, the Wind Down podcast with Mikey Montero, and um, was their guest. With B. Carter and C. Lister, my my favorite podcast. Man, I love them. I like listening to them. They bring convo, as you say, conversation to the table, and you just talk about many issues. The other host, I'm on, got a blank here. Anyways, so they bring those conversations up that you can talk about, and it was really nice listening to them have um, Mikey Montero on, aka Mikey Life, and him just talking about his brainstorm and what he's trying to do at the Abstract Lab at Union at Sixth Street, downtown New Bedford, and some of the things that he's doing, on artistic and entrepreneurship things that he's doing, and it's just bringing the community together, from podcasts to artists going in there and recording what they have, and then you know engineers just working their magic, and it was nice, and so I started the day off real nice, and just listening to that and having that conversation during my ride, and it was nice. So shout out to the Wind Down podcast, and also Mikey Montero for doing their things. It was a great show, and I really appreciate it. So KP, what's up? KP says, what's wrong with them Lakers? Well, one of the things, and I didn't think it was, well, I thought it would be better, but their problem is Westbrook, and then the other thing, oh man, dude with the headband there, Kevin, what's his name there? For Chicago now. Oh my God, they let him go, and they could have paid him some money. And I think that Westbrook's problem. And let Rondo do his thing, and Westbrook, it's just, I don't know, just not the answer. Buddy Hield was definitely the one. They should have. Buddy Hield was definitely the one. They should have went after. That would have been nice. And he could have. He definitely he could have been the plus. They probably would have won more games with Buddy on that team in LeBron's absence. Because he could have took over the game just like AD could and isn't. So that's weird. So someone said, "Go Falcons." Not today. Not today. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be a game that's gonna be hyped up real quick. In the first quarter, everybody that energy is gonna be crazy, and you know we can't forget that Super Bowl, and so people are gonna be feeling things. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly. They're going to be feeling things, and that energy is going to be on the field. However, I think this year is the Patriots are going to have Atlanta's number this time. Only because they can control the ball, and I think they're going to be able to control the ball, and Atlanta is going to resort to passing the ball, and that's going to be to the advantage of the Patriots in their rushing. Their defensive rushing capability. So, and that's gonna swing the game in our favor probably. At some point, and so I can't wait. As you see, I'm already geared up. This young man right here, number 10, is definitely gonna do his thing, and be a game manager, and it's gonna be nice. All right, let's see. Smart for heel. You know what? I'd do that in 2 seconds. Only because you know Buddy is a good player, And if he needed to take over the game, he definitely could. He's like Middleton of the Bucks. You see when it's time for him to just go ahead and dribble and take those 16 to 18 footers, he can do it. And Buddy's similar to that. So when Jason and Jalen are having a bad day, Buddy can just go ahead and take over the game. But he can be the first option always. He could be the first option, and the other two can play off him. So I like that idea. And grab them and swap contracts and let's go. And I don't know if it's that easy. I could never understand the contracts and but I would love to see that. And even Cousins, he's not. Guess what? He's kind of head case sometimes, but I think he's you know I don't know. He brings some courageous, some heart, some strength to the team, and we're just not getting it. Al Horford's holding his own. Robert Williams is definitely doing a phenomenal job. But between the both of them, I mean, they're playing. They're definitely doing their thing. Um, so, but Buddy is A+ player. I'll take him all day without a doubt. KP says, "How you like the Pats versus Buffalo, and who wins the East?" Well, I think just like any other rival, I think that these two teams, Buffalo and Patriots, are going to split their games. One's going to win, and the other one will win the other one, and I think that's what's going to happen this year, which could have easily been the story last year. And little turnover by Cam, and Buffalo wins that game, but it could have been easily a 1-1. And it's the same situation with Miami and the Patriots, and they just split games. It's usually 1-1. Every now and then, someone gets the opportunity to win two games in the division. But I think in this case, it's definitely going to be one of those stories where it'll be 1-1, and whoever has the best record in the end is going to end up winning that division. Um, Miami played a good game against Baltimore, so maybe things are straightening out there. Maybe it'll be a three team race, but Miami has to. They can't afford to lose any more games. I don't think anybody can afford to lose any games in November. You would probably have to include draft picks in that deal. Yeah, I mean, I give up any draft picks that the Kings want for him. Just give them up. Whatever draft picks they want, just give it to them, and take Buddy, because you know what, Buddy is probably he if he's so loyal to Sacramento, and that is California compared to Massachusetts, but if he's staying loyal to Sacramento and he's playing there, he's not voicing his opinion that he wants to leave. He could easily come here and say, all right, I got this contract and my next contract. Let's work it out. Let's do what we have to. I mean, if they're gonna go after the guys are like Beal and Washington, you know what, they can definitely go after Buddy Hield, but you get him this year, and everyone says you want to wait. You want to wait until the end of November and well December into that, and then start thinking about trading. And I just think that why not do it now? First quarter of the season, do it now. Gel. I thought Golden State was gelling at the end of the year last year, and now look at this year. They're on the same page, and their record shows. But I think that time together is huge compared to getting together at a later part of the season and trying to make some adjustments. And but I would love to see Buddy in the Celtics uniform compared to any other uniform in the East, because he's a killer. He beats the Celtics up every year, and it would be nice to see him in green and white. So, and Mike, I mean, there's one thing, the, the podcast that's coming on later is with straight to the point, the talk show that's on with Brian Magnus, Steve Lopes, and Derek Consatio. I like if you have an opportunity, you should call in and have that basketball conversation with those guys too. And it's real nice that I like that. I like how they go back and forth. And with you, just chiming in onto that, I don't know if you're signed into that group or make a request for BMAG's, um, profile on Facebook, and that's definitely a good podcast and something you would probably like to. So this is the Really Charlie podcast, and I'm brought. This is brought to you by Streamyard, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook. I definitely trying to bring certain guests on air. I have been speaking to the family of Bobby Greer, was the first black man to play in the Sugar Bowl, and we're trying to set up a podcast with him. We're trying to get him on and do that with. I'm gonna have a co-host with Frank Slaughter is gonna come on, and we're gonna talk to Mr. Greer, he's 89 years old. He's gonna be 90 in January, and the things that he went through. So he's going to definitely come on the podcast, and we're going to have a conversation about the trials and tribulations of a black man trying to play in the Sugar Bowl, and how they were trying to stop him from playing it just because of the color of his skin. So he's going to come on. Let's see. I got another guest that I met through Instagram, Cooking Con Beatrice. She's talking to me. We're going to have her on. And we're going to talk about cooking and all that. So this is going to be nice. Reached out to Will Kennedy. He'll be on December 1st, 7 p.m. and like to talk to him about his artistic gifts and so on and so forth. So, yeah, Mike, please jump in on that podcast. I'll try to share it on my profile. Um, so you'll know what I'm talking about. But knowing you, you probably already know. Are the Bruins right now the only team in New England that everyone loves without no haters? Hmm, I don't know. The Bruins are. It may be. I think that it's just one of those teams that when you talk about Massachusetts sports teams, definitely the Bruins are up there. Um, I mean, I like the game. It's, I mean, when it comes to hockey, the easiest thing to explain to me is I don't like watching it on TV, but I love being there watching the hockey game. It's something different. It's nice being there, especially when you're against the glass and you're seeing how tough those guys are and how they're playing, and it's a good game. I enjoy it. I like watching it, but very rarely do I watch it on TV until probably playoff time. And the Bruins are always there. They're always there, ready. They're ready to fight for that Stanley Cup. So, um, I was, I'm kind of down on Nikhil Harry, but I was listening to on WEEI, and they were talking about, you know, Nikhil Harry and the block that he had in the last couple of games, and that he's doing his job when it comes to blocking. Made a couple of good catches, one or two during the games, and they're trying to force him to get in the rotation. And but I'm not convinced that the guy's ready. I would like to see John O. Smith play in that spot where Nikhil Harry is. Um, put him in whether he's he's on the other half of the field. He's let him play those positions that N'Keal Harry's playing. The dude can catch the ball, and he's hurt right now, but I'd rather have him in key situations where he's out there. He can block. He's been making blocks just like anybody else. But when it comes to N'Keal Harry, I just don't have any more confidence in him. I think he blew his chances, and hopefully they move on from him and get someone else in there, mm, including what's it Wilkinson that's on the bench. There's a kid Nixon who played down in I believe it's Central Florida. Put those guys in there. Um, but they're on the practice squad for some reason, whatever it is. But it may be favoritism, might be cronyism, that they're just keeping the keel in place, and keep those guys down on the practice squad. But enough of that. We gave him his opportunities and his chances, and try to move on from him, and put Johnu Smith out there and let him play out of position, not out of position, but play another position. The dude can catch the ball, and a couple of games ago, he definitely showed what he's about. I just think that they need to, implement more plays for him, just like they're doing with Henry. Key third down, they're going to Myers and Henry, and they need to focus on Johnu Smith a little bit more, so he can play like he was playing in Tennessee. So, just a few minutes ago, I talked about WMB1 radio. Um, the one thing I like about the radio station is that it's not just going in there and just getting behind a mic and just there's work to it. You got to do something, and you also got to put search and find some music that everyone's gonna like. Um, and we just my favorite music is R&B music, and R&B music that's old school, 70s, 80s to the 90s. I love it, and my other host, Russell Ramus, he likes that 70s music, and so we try to focus on that. And I feel like I can go 90s, 2000s, even up to date, with some of the music. But I like chill music. I like that chill music where you can just kind of let the app play as you got it in your browser, or you're just listening to the app. Just let the music play and not worry about what's going to come on. You know. So let's see. KP says, "What would you say is the greatest rivalry in pro and college? And what about in New England? What is the greatest rivalry?" Let's see. Pro rivalry, the greatest rivalry. I always like the Celtics and Lakers, but I think it's kind of got a little watered down. However, this day and age, I like that rivalry between. I'm going to keep it local. So I like the Celtics and Sixers rivalry. I like those games. I really do. I think they're intense. People who come to play. I like that. I don't know if it's the greatest rivalry, but it's one that I like. As far as pro and college, let's see. I mean, Florida State is my team. I love them. Always be a Florida State person. When I went down there in the early '80s, Florida State was the team that I liked, and and I've been rooting for them ever since. But I like. Hmm, if we're talking college basketball, I like Duke and North Carolina. I love that rivalry. I like when they're playing. It's just intense. Truly like that game. On all whether it's in all sports, I truly like that rivalry. But when it comes to basketball, that's one of the best rivalries I like is North Carolina and Duke. Um, and and I think it is one of the greater rivalries. So, let's see, yo from The Rock, Dwayne, The Rock, The Rock Ramus. What's going on, brother? You're doing some great things, man. Get that your show, your music show. You're doing things. You're producing. You're doing your thing, and congratulations. As always, love love hearing the stories and all the people that you're meeting and coming across and collaborating with. So you keep up the good work, Dwayne. The wide receiver position historically with the Patriots has been tough to break through. The offensive scheme can be complex for that position. I agree. And that's where you kind of give the respect to guys like Welker and Edelman that came in and grasped. Even Amendola. Even Chris Hogan when he came in. Those dudes came in and they were you see them at all parts of the field, behind the line of scrimmage. They were everywhere. They were lining up at the slot, outside receiver. They were doing their thing. And so it takes a certain type of person and understanding. That relationship between quarterback and receiver is key. They got to keep it going so they understand each other, especially on the field. You know, little hand signals, doing this, tapping on your helmet, letting your teammate know what you're gonna do, or where the defensive lined up. So it's complex. But Nikhil Harry is, from what I understand, is I think he lives locally, so he's here all year round. There's no reason why my man can't comprehend this offensive system, and maybe that's where John O. Smith is kind of struggling a little bit, but I don't think so. Give that guy a little dump pass somewhere, you know, give him some slants. He's big enough to go over the middle, and catch the ball. But bring those plays that Tennessee's had for him, bring him up here and just utilize him, man. He's too big, too talented. Is Dwayne Ramus the greatest producer ever? You got it, man. I ain't gonna dispute you, man. I ain't gonna dispute it, man. Dude's been doing it a long, long time. And guess what? Any dude that's standing side by side with Oprah, MC Light, and a cast of others, what was it? What was the other dude? KRS-One, people that he was close to, he's doing his thing for a very, very long time. So his resume speaks for itself, and I'm glad he's doing what he's doing because to stay in the industry that long and still producing and putting out that quality stuff says a lot in itself. So it speaks for itself. All right. Let's see. Um, so what do you think about Isaiah Thomas coming back to the Celtics? Um, yeah, he had surgeries. He's definitely doing a few things. He had his surgeries. Me and my man Mike, we talked about, Ray Allen is he capable of doing it? I think he is. He's a shooter and he always keeps in shape. So somebody um, needs to get on this roster that can shoot. And until they show us otherwise, I'm just saying they can't shoot. Those relationships in that group had built a strong relationship with Brady. As Jones grows, I would anticipate he would pull his group to this to the off-season workouts, etc. Yes, I agree. Smith is definitely gonna. Jones would definitely be a team leader. Sorry, I said Smith. Jones is going to be a leader. You could see it when you see veterans on the field, just looking and listening to him. He's even got Josh McDaniels here on the sideline. He's definitely looking and listening to um, listen to Mac Jones, and they're coming up with a game plan, and so I think he's a good leader, and I hope they keep him. And that's the quarterback of the future, and just build around him. And I don't necessarily think they build around Brady over the years. I think they just put people in place, and Brady just took what he had. Edelman was there, yeah, and Brady adjusted. I think that there are some receivers that Brady would have loved on his team, including AB, and he only had him one game. But you see their relationship, you see how they gel on the football field, and it transferred over to Tampa Bay, and the result was they got a Super Bowl. Um, and AB was out for a little bit, and then he came in and he produced that very first game. So, but yep, Mac Jones. Hopefully, he's here to stay. Um, I mentioned about Mac Jones' other teammate, ex teammate Cam Newton. Cam Newton had a game. He definitely got two TDs, one rushing, one passing. But if you all remember those first couple of games with the Patriots, their first four games, things were crazy, and the hype was real high when it came to the Patriots. Cam was rushing, he was scoring touchdowns, he was, he had more rushing touchdowns than passing touchdowns. And then eventually, and then what happened? He had COVID, and then he was a little sick. But what truly happened was NFL teams started adjusting to him. They said, "Look, we're going to play a top heavy front, and and we're going to stop Cam from running, and we're going to make him pass." And when they made him pass, guess what? There was good results. And I think that's what's going to happen with these next few games after. Yeah, he they didn't expect Cam to be in that game. No one did. They thought they were going to go with was it Walker, and they, initially they did, and then they threw him in there, and then the dam burst open, and Carolina was off with a good victory. However, I think that what's going to happen is teams are definitely going to stop Cam from running, and there was a lot of missed tackles on it, and that may be because of his physical strength and all that, but there were a lot of missed tackles on that touchdown from people that normally make those tackles. Arizona is a good defense, and they definitely they come up in support. They really, they're tough nosed team, and they usually make those tackles, and they wasn't making them. Robbie Allen really wasn't doing anything all year. He just happened to score a touchdown. He was open, and but Arizona underestimated Carolina. But I think what's going to happen now is teams are going to end up, securing that front and make Cam pass, and that's not his best quality anymore. What you got here, Kevin? What's up? Last question. Are you really a Magic Johnson Lakers fan? Asking for my little brother Malik Perry Sr. Listen, let me tell you the story about me and my fascination and admiration for Magic, Irvin Magic Johnson. When we moved to LA, that was the dude. That was the dude, and I loved him. And he actually loved him before that. And he was playing college ball. I liked him. I liked everything he did. When I was playing basketball, I was trying to make some of the passes that he did. I just loved him, and I still love him. Irvin Magic Johnson is my favorite player of all time when it comes to basketball. And KP and Malik, you keep bringing up the point that maybe I'm not a true fan, but I am. I'm a Magic Johnson fan. Love everything that he's done. I actually cried when he was sick, and I definitely was hurt, you know. So I am a true Magic Johnson fan, whether you think so or not. I'm very, very surprised that I don't have a Magic Johnson jersey. Over the years, I gained some weight, so the ones I did have, you know what, I gave away. But KP and Malik, I'm gonna put an order in, and I'm gonna wear my Magic Johnson jersey from time to time, just so you know, and you won't think I'm fronting. I love Magic. As far as you, KP, you keep saying Malik said this and said that. I know it's you. You're the greatest instigator in the world. You forget your best friend was me growing up. Me. I know everything that you do. I know before you even do it what you're gonna do. KP, love my brother. It's pretty cool when you can grow up and you don't have to, we went from Mass to California, I went to Florida. Guess what? I never worried about anything. I never worried about friends or anything like that because I had the friend I needed was my brother Kevin. So I never needed to look for friends, and because I needed him. We both did our thing. We played sports. We did what we had to, so we could always, you know, go to the park, do what we had to. And with Malik, Malik came on later on. When I was about 10 years old, and that was nice. I was hoping he was born on my day, December 7th, but he was born December 4th. But love my little brother, love all my brothers, love my sister. You know, it was my dad was a Rolling Stone, but I love everything that he made out of it. For my brothers and my sister, I I I definitely happy, very very happy and proud of who's in my family and who my siblings are. So KP got to go back to work. Got to go back, make that linguiça. No more Florida life. No more shots. Got to go back to work, KP. All right, everyone. Please continue to listen to the Really Charlie podcast. And as KP says, happy Thanksgiving to your viewers. And yes, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. It's my favorite holiday. I get to eat, adjust my weight, gain some weight, watch some football, watch some basketball. And so, it's a great holiday. And just think of it, as a family holiday because it is truly one of those holidays that, you sit down and all you're doing is spending quality time with each other, eating and having a good time. There's no pressure, no financial pressure, as far as gifts and presents that Christmas brings us. But you know, so enjoy your Thanksgiving and support those local high school football teams that are out there that are playing on that cold day. And go Whalers, beat Durfee. So, all right, everyone, please continue on the comment section. As I end this podcast, and if you want a guest on the Really Charlie podcast, please mention their name down in the comment section, and I'll try to reach out to them. We got some good guests coming up. I've been only going probably once a week, and that's good for right now. But I'll gladly go, a couple of times during a week and get a guest on here. I reached out to the Abstract Lab and Justin Montero. I'm going to try to get reality back on the podcast, and get that group back on. But we're going to try to do it from the Abstract Lab studios out there. and bring some live guests on there and really give a quality podcast for local artists. Reality's doing a thing. They got a new track out there, so I like to bring them on in December. I'm working on it as of today, and so hopefully we can lock down a date and they'll be back on. And all I'm trying to do is support the local things, local people, local interest, and but I don't have any problem interviewing anyone all over the country, all over the world. So if you want someone on this podcast, please give me their name. I'll reach out to them and we'll get something started. All right, everyone. Please join me Tuesday nights on WMB1 Radio, serving you R&B music on the rocks. Chilled music and chilled host, where you get to listen to the music you love the most. Join me and Russell Ramus as we play your favorite songs. WMB1 Radio, you can load up their app on the Apple or Android, or you can put www.nb1radio.com on your browser and just listen to the music 24 hours, 7 days out of the week. You have you got sports talk, straightforward sports talk with Brian, Derek, and Stevie Lopes. You got Frankie Ryman. Every week there's something, and please join them. Support the local radio station, and I like to hear your voice. Call in. The number there is 774-202-3094. But go on the app and you can put a request electronically in there, and they'll make sure that they play it during one of the shows. All right, y'all, take care. God bless, and I'll talk to you in probably next Monday, but I'll keep you informed. Take care.
Some black people in this world you can rob, but an old Spanish man ain't that dude. You could jump out of the dark with a gun. You be like, Papi, give me all your money. He said, I don't give you nothing. You be like, Papi, you better give me your money before I shoot the shit out of you. He said, look, I'll give you $5, that's it.
Love it. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Peace. Love you.